a fresh grad and you are applying jobs in Kuala Lumpur and you want to know if you can actually sustain to live here, is it a good lifestyle? And most importantly, how much are you spending? Because every single little thing will add up into something big. You know what they say, right? Snowballs into something bigger. But worry not, I've been in Kuala Lumpur for more than a year already. And trust me, I did not live a frugal life. I actually spent a decent amount of money to have a comfortable life. And obviously, I am grateful to be able to do that because the income that I'm getting is able to support that lifestyle. And you will get to know the expenses throughout this video. Stay tuned till the end. And if you have any questions about living in KL, you want to know anything else about living here as a fresh grad, please drop a comment below and I will try to answer them. I've been using this app called Money Manager. It is a really cool app, very simple to use, no advertisements. I did buy the premium version. It's literally 30 ringgit for lifetime. I've only recently purchased it because I've met the maximum account. So if I'm not mistaken, it's 15 accounts. You can list it for free. And then if you want to add more accounts, then obviously you have to upgrade. For me, it was worth 30 ringgit because I religiously use it every single day to track all my income, all my expenses, all my dividends. Every single ringgit and cent is recorded. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy looking at where my money went, what I'm spending on. It helps me sort of track my habits to see if whatever I'm buying, for example, makes financial sense. And I would recommend you to do that as well. Get into the habit of tracking your spending so you know exactly where every ringgit and cent is being spent on, so you can be informed for your next financial decisions. So it looks like, so basically there's an income tab, an expenses tab, and a transfer tab. So this is transfer between the accounts. So these are all my accounts. And let's say I spend on my credit card for food, 15 ringgit. And I can note that this is nasi kandar. Quick one. I am not a financial advisor. Okay, this is my personal experience, my personal money, and my personal spending. So take this as an inspiration. No, wait, not an inspiration. Take this as a guide on how your life could look like if you would want to live a comfortable life in KL. But yeah, not financial advice. Do not follow what I did exactly. Of course, always tepuk poket, tanya sendiri. Firstly, let's talk about personal expenses because this one will vary depending on yourself. So for me, I only have two personal expenses monthly, like subscriptions. So the first one is YouTube Premium. For me, I consume YouTube like there's no tomorrow. I love it. On top of that, I also use YouTube Music to stream music whenever I'm traveling, whenever I am in the train. Once you go YouTube Premium and you have that experience without advertisements, you will never go back. And for me, my subscription is only 20 ringgit per month for both YouTube Premium and YouTube Music Premium. For me, it's worth it because it's equivalent to one meal in KL if you eat outside. That 20 ringgit gives me the pleasure of watching the favorite creators that I have, and it's a small expense that is worth it. Now, the second expense that I have monthly is Netflix. Honestly, I am contemplating to terminate my Netflix subscription. So I have a projector and also my monitor. So I usually watch Netflix on my projector. I've bought it a long time ago. In fact, that is one of my favorite purchases ever, watching content on a big screen. So if you notice already, I like consuming content as well as creating it. Therefore, I subscribe to Netflix. It's 30 ringgit per month. However, I'm not using it as much as I would like to. I tend to always open YouTube to watch something while I'm eating or not doing anything. And I've already binge watched all my favorite shows from Netflix. While we're at it, I would actually like to show you my Hot Wheels collection. So recently I've been getting into Hot Wheels. I love cars, I love racing cars, and I love Hot Wheels as well. But I've came to a point where I'm frustrated One of the joys of collecting Hot Wheels is you go into a store and you try to find a particular model that you're looking for. But after joining all these Facebook groups, I quickly realized that there is way too many scalpers out there, meaning these first movers, they see the models on the shelves, they take them all, and then they resell it at a higher price in the second-hand or used market. No, I shouldn't say second-hand, it's a collectible market. However, this is my collection. So I have two series of Hot Wheels I am collecting. So this level is the STH model. So you can identify an STH with the TH mark on the car. These cars are extremely rare. So I have 4 models so far. The first one is High Roller 2. Second one is an Aston Martin. The third one, it's a Datsun Sunny Truck. And the fourth one, and this is my favorite because the purple looks amazing, is the Hirohata Mercedes. And then on the second shelf is all the Proton sagas. If you are an international watcher, then a bit of context, Proton is Malaysia's national car. So this car has sort of like a connection to me compared to these cars are just literally for collection purposes. I don't care about any of these. So the first one, the most ultra rare one I have is the Happy Birthday edition. In fact, you can't buy these. You need to have special people at special places to get these. And then the second one is the Factory Seal 2024 set Red Saga. And the third one is, we call this Saga Burung because of the unique card painting, about the same red saga. And the fourth one is the White Saga. Now, let's talk about food, right? I think this is my second biggest expense every month. I don't cook. Straight up, okay? I don't because a bit of context about myself. I do have a full-time job with a GLC company, and then I also run my own video editing freelance business. And I strongly believe my time is worth spent more on my business, making more money. And on top of that, because I am living alone, buying groceries and then spending the time to actually cook your food, it takes a lot of time. In fact, when I add up the costs, it's equivalent to me just buying outside. So that's what I do. The place I am at is very convenient. There's a mama shop right downstairs, there's a supermarket, and there's a lot of shops driving distance away. And if I'm lazy, I'll just buy 2 meals on Grab for the day. And my budget is around 30 to 35 ringgit per day, which will add up to be about 1,000 ringgit a month on food. I don't usually eat breakfast. I'll have a cup of coffee, perhaps some light snacks like bread or biscuits. And then I have my first meal during lunchtime, and of course my second meal during dinner. If I'm with friends or I have more time, I'll just drive out to a restaurant, perhaps have breakfast, or eat outside at more expensive restaurants. But the rule of thumb I have is about 35 ringgit.
You know I'm big stepping, walking through the door. And when I'm getting money, yeah, I'ma get some more. And they be like, who that? We that? Who that? We that? Who that? Take a picture, baby, let me step back. Who that?
I did shoulders and biceps today. And one good thing about having a condominium with a gym is that your fitness fee is basically free. Of course, you can go running if that you're into that type of thing. But if you are into lifting weights, then I would say get a condo with a gym built in, so you can save your money on that. Well, the next one is actually transportation. So as you can see, I actually have a car. So I don't actually pay for the car monthly installment because it's paid off already. But I only drive it on the weekends or at night when I'm going to get food. So I spend about 50 to 100 ringgit monthly on fuel and toll combined. So let's just call it 100 ringgit for calculation purposes. I enjoy driving. However, as you can see also behind me, there is a train station. So this is how I get to work 3 times a week. So I have the touch and go monthly pass. So I use the card, 50 ringgit, flat rate, unlimited rides all over Kuala Lumpur. sure you've been waiting to hear this. My biggest expense, which is the place that I am renting at. So I'm staying at Salak Selatan. I have rented a very comfortable room. It's not a whole apartment. It's a master suite with the toilet attached as well. And I am paying 1,100 ringgit monthly for this room. I'm also paying 150 ringgit for the car park, and all the electricity is free except the aircon. I usually top up the app 50 ringgit every month. That's just enough for me to use a couple of hours every day, and it doesn't get that hot over here, so I just turn it on whenever I feel like to. Now, the reason why I chose this particular place is because of its convenience. So when I was searching for a room to rent, I made sure that it was nearby a train station because I knew that I did not want to drive every day to work, especially KL's traffic. Working time in the morning and going back home, it's simply not worth the hassle. On top of that, driving your car every day to work incurs more cost. Of course, you will be fueling up more often, and if you are living a bit far away, you probably have to pay toll, and definitely you will need to pay parking at your office as well. And the average parking price at the offices in KL, it's about 10 ringgit if you are very lucky, because usually it can range between 10 to even 20 ringgit per day. Let's say 10 ringgit times 5 times a week, that is already 50 ringgit per week in just parking, times 4, and that's 200 ringgit in parking, not including your fuel, your toll, maintenance. So that's why I chose this place. It's near a train station, and I just get the touch and go pass every month, 50 ringgit. I'm set. I never drive to work. I only take the train. And the car is for myself. I drive it whenever I am feeling like it, or maybe I'm going a bit more further for fun, meeting my friends, or I'm doing any sort of activity. That's when I use the car. And as I've shown you earlier, this building has a lot of facilities, a really decent gym, an amazing viewing rooftop, and they even have a sauna, punching bags, a lot of good places to chill. And then just downstairs there's a lot of shops, extremely convenient for me. I never have to take out my car. And if you are a fresh grad and you are now searching for your rental room or place, I highly recommend you finding a very convenient place nearby a train station, nearby facilities. It will be more costly, I would just say that. But I would say at this age, since you're not earning a crazy amount of money, right? So rather than trying to scrimp and save every penny, I would say it's okay to splurge a little, get a tiny bit more expensive, but make sure it's still affordable for you, as long as it is comfortable for you to live in, because that will be your home for at least one more year. You can definitely save way more money than I did. You can perhaps rent a smaller room without toilet. You can probably get it around 800 ringgit per month. Maybe if you don't have a car, then you don't have that car park rental expense. Don't do anything else. You can actually spend your time to cook. Perhaps you enjoy cooking yourself. If you are with your friends, perhaps you can actually save a lot more money. You can pool together your friends' fund, and you can all go buy groceries and can take turns to cook for each other. That will actually save you a lot of money as well. Other than that, I feel like everything else is just basic. I don't really splurge on anything like, for example, crazy expensive food every day. Like I said, my budget was only 35 ringgit per day, and again, that is also a bit more luxury than most people. However, that's a trade-off that I was willing to take, because I rather spend my time either living my life or working on my business, making money and enjoying life. Because at one point you may feel like you're stuck in a loop, going to work, coming back home every day. So it's worth it, trust me. So that is all for this budgeting or expenses video. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions or anything that you're curious about in the comment section. I will make a video on it, and please subscribe to this channel because I am planning to post weekly content for the benefit of you.